In the world of fragrance, making you smell delicious and offending you at the same time may be considered especially heinous. In New York City, a gorgeous Cubano and his elite squad of ball sprayers will seek out these colognes and investigate them. This is his story. Bitch.
Yo, you know how hype I get when I feel like I'm bringing you some crazy exclusive shit? First of all, I can pretty much assume that 80% of y'all, at least who watch my channel, have never heard of this fragrance house. And I'm not bringing you one fragrance from this house, I'm bringing you two. Shout out to Nia from Perfumology for putting this all together. Now, these two fragrances do not come in a package deal. They're individual. However, they're like a fraternal twin. They go together perfectly, but when you separate them, they're an identity all in itself. It's a sexy, fancy, pantsy French house that I'm gonna mispronunciate everything because the only thing I know French is So let's roll my motherfucking music so I can put y'all on to these gems that you never heard of.
Sexy motherfucker. We're all alone in the villa on the Riviera. There's some friends on the south side in case you cared. Out of all your friends, I wanna be
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. Yo, I love being fancy. I should have wore a fucking ascot and a blazer right now because that's how swagged out I feel smelling these fragrances. It was a breath of fresh air smelling these fragrances because they don't smell like anything that I have in my collection, which is always a plus, and you know I love that. But not only that, is the teleportation and the modernization of these fragrances that have a little bit of a retro twist with some new school vibes. I'm gonna completely butcher the name of the house. My apologies in advance, and possibly one of the fragrances, cause I could barely speak the English language as it is, so bear with me. Marc Antoine
Today, Junior!
Barrois. Marc Antoine Barrois. That's the best I'm gonna fucking do. And there's two fragrances from this house. This one I can totally get cause it's letters and numbers. This one's B683, and this one is Ganymede. Beautiful bottles, very nice thick glass, very simple yet sexy. Gold accents. These are, well, they're stable caps. I usually don't do this whole presentation. Actually, they're very fucking stable. Holy shit. Let me just jump right into speaking about these fragrances because I just took the cap off and it just threw off my entire train of thought. And that's a beautiful fucking thing. Now, clearly by color, you can kind of assume one is a little bit bolder than the other one, but they have such a sexy fucking characteristic. Both of these fragrances encompass such an old school vibe to me, but modernized into like the 21st century. You feel like an old Gianni Russo, and if you don't know who Gianni Russo is, Google it, cause that's how I feel, B. Swagged out gentleman that's got a little bit of dirt under his fingernails, however, presents himself in such a demeanor and such pride and such elegance. There's no way that he can walk past you and you're not gonna do the head movement. These fragrances encompass that. They have such an old school vibe, but definitely nothing dated. First, B683. Let me just go into this shit. You know I don't do the notes and none of that shit because I just want to give you the vibe. You can all look up the notes. I'll put the name in the description. Look up the notes and have your own interpretation. Now for me, you got a dark, smoky, woody, very nice and spicy, but it's not like spice bomb annoyingly spicy. It's more like a refined, glorious, saffrony spice. Elegant, mature, masculine, yet not age specific. It's got versatility on it. This can't be for the hood rap motherfucker. I don't see y'all rocking this shit like that. It does have the capability to have some casual swag about it, but it's so retro. It feels like I just pulled out a turntable and put a vinyl record on of a song that just came out. Damn, that was a dope interpretation right there. You like how old school record player pulling out vinyl of a song now. Let that shit marinate in your brain, B. Not abrasive, not obnoxious, not skanky, not dirty, just really elegant. And it rides the borderline of thick and musk, but it's just right there. B683, oh. But you see how I described this motherfucker? And this isn't my favorite one. Ganymede is my favorite one. Now, what was interesting about this particular fragrance, and I'm smelling it from the cap right now, it's got a little bit of a musky funk. A little bit of a musky funk, and I promise you it lasts about 5 minutes tops. I don't know how the processing of these oils and molecules work, But in that 5-minute period where it becomes a little musky, I feel like it's like Cinderella going from her rags to her complete ball gown. Like the sexiness just exudes, like it was an instant steroid, making you from the skinny geeky little kid to that macho Dos Equis motherfucker walking through the spot like, yo, you better roll out that red carpet, the champ is here. Retro, sexy, made men. When men used to dress like men in the 50s. You know how fashion and style always comes full circle. This is the young dude who's discovering 1960s, 70s, and 80s swag and bringing it to 2019. He's disregarding the super tight jeans with all the holes in it or the crazy Chelsea boot. He's going back to the beautiful wingtip shoe, the perfectly pressed collared shirt with extra starch, that beautiful fedora or that big brim hat. He's bringing that to the new school. An experience all in its own. You just start having crazy flashbacks like you tripping on acid. B683 has a little bit of a better performance factor. I want to say around the 7-hour mark. Maybe because it's darker and woodier and more spicy, and right now the heat is a little crazy in New York. But this one was like 6 hours, so I'm not saying there's any slouch here whatsoever. I'll put the link of where to find these fragrances if you're interested in sampling them, or if you've heard of these fragrances and want to purchase them and you haven't been able to find them. The link will be in the description. These are something that I really recommend you guys at least sampling. I'm super grateful to Marc and Near for putting this all together and allowing me to experience these fragrances. These are ones that if you're on that same wavelength of old school meets new school, swagged out, different, completely retro, yet new, you definitely have to check these out. Are these ball sprayers? They're absolutely ball sprayers. I don't even know how I'm gonna spray these on my balls. I think I'm gonna do it anyway, fuck it. Let's start with B683. Oh, we're gonna see some layering action. I don't do layering. I don't know how that would even work. Oof. Wow, got them both. Ganymede and B683. Ooh, there's a little bit of a party here. I don't like layering, but there's something in the air right now. This is like the perfect salsa rhythm. Two bodies perfectly conjoined together, moving at the same steps. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart, and I hope y'all appreciate this exclusivity that your boy's bringing you, cause we moving up in the world. I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is. It's the biggest in the fucking game. Classic yet modern. Like me. Smooches.
Cubaknow, what's fresh? Who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test? Cubaknow.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.